Hello and welcome to Meadows Arena here in the east side of Edmonton. We have some hockey for you in the 14U division of the FSL. It's the 3-0 Langley Leafs taking on the Vancouver Aeros, sporting a 1-1-1 record in the weekend. My name is Michaelin Bonick-Jeteris. I will be calling the action for you here today. To my left is Cohen Nadeau doing the producing. Sarah Elsmore to my right will be shooting all this fantastic hockey. Looks as though the starting goalies will be none other than, of course, on our right for the Aeros. It will be the shutout in the victory from yesterday was from Lila Halstead. She'll be getting the start for the Aeros. And then over on the Langley Leafs side, not a firm confirmation, but I'm pretty sure it'll be Bella Gavigan based on how the goalies were taking warm-ups. But we will get confirmation when the puck drops, as we always do. Had the privilege of calling one of the Aeros games from Friday. If I said the shutout was from yesterday, forgive me, that was from Friday for Halstead. Some of the notable players that I saw from the Aeros, some of the nice goals scored. Celine Sabalquinto had a beauty early in that game. They ended up scoring a few more late. 2 were added from Alexia Durante. Did not get a chance to see any of the 14U Langley Leafs actions over the weekend, but the 3-0 record will tell us we'll probably get to know some of these names well. I'll mention it is a 8:15 start time, getting to the rink nice and early, earlier than I usually do. Obviously, there's cobwebs, you're stretching it out, you're drinking your coffee. Well, nothing got me as hype as right before we went live, right before these girls took the ice, just slapping their sticks against the boards, waiting for the refs to give them the thumbs up. You could tell they were just so excited to put those skates on the ice and just start flying. It was awesome. It was truly inspiring for me to see, reminding us why we all come to the rink. As one of the great traditions I am becoming accustomed to is the rally around the goalie. A very ritualistic way to start your hockey game, getting together, showing that you have the camaraderie. I'd like to thank you all once again for tuning in to this on Silent Ice TV, this For Vengeance Media production of the 14U Bauer Winter Championships in the FSL division. Really exciting stuff here. I'm ecstatic to be calling all this hockey over the weekend. Truly a blessing. And no doubt these early games late in the tournament as well, you'll look to see with the head coach of the Aeros, Nate Fleming, and of Langley, Amanda Levesque. Early in these hockey games, it often is the coaches that sort of come out and show their hand early. Can they get these players ready to play? A lot on the line here as they collect the pucks from the net of the Aeros. We get our confirmation of Bella Gavigan. And of course, Hallstead starting in goal for the Aeros. Gavigan for the Leafs. Langley versus Vancouver. Two programs that know each other well. The official, the points to the goalies. They're ready. To the official, his partner. And we are underway here at Meadows Arena. Leafs, Aeros starting now. Play here for the Leafs on the near side boards right in front of the Aeros bench. They try and break it in. Bobble it a bit at the blue line. Ends up being Sandu who takes it for the Aeros. A bank pass there, but it's 17 Miller. Gets a poke on it, forces it back into Aeros territory. They'll try again up the middle of the ice, and that's sent right back. Give it the third go here. This time it's pushed into the offensive zone, but the Leafs will have a chance to make a play. They do just that, up the boards. It's Paulson who sends it in. Before the game, Paulson leaning over the bench, headphones on. You could tell just getting absolutely in the zone. You love to see it. Nice play there by two in blue, touching it back on the pinch. Again, they keep it in. Given the records, this is Langley, the favorite, carrying a 3-0, not losing on the tournament so far. But there's an old adage, this is why we play the games, and we'll see if Hallstead, goalies often at all levels can be huge game changers. We'll see what she can do in this game. No doubt we'll have to weather a decent amount of offense from these Langley Leafs as they battle here on the near boards, pushing and shoving. Puck in the skates, ends up being the Aeros who squirt it free. It was Walgie who got it. Slightly dangerous area. Get it ahead for Smith. She just touches it to the blue, goes off for the change. And there's a long errant pass for the Leafs. That'll result in an icing. First whistle of the game. We'll have it coming back. Face off in front of Gavigan. Lynn for the Aeros taking the draw. Lynn, another player I noted, had a good game for the Aeros in their 4-0 victory. Could have been 5 with the empty netter. Lose track of those sometimes. Baker in on the pinch, sends it towards the goal. Defender for the Leafs right in front to collect. Fan pass there will give Maggie a chance. Walgie, sorry, forgive me. Getting my W's and M's crossed up. Decent check there from Woodworth, and then giving it back there is Sal Belquinto. Here come the Leafs across the blue line. Backhanding that behind the net. Good puck position there, getting it to the blue line where McDonald just barely keeps it in, and you hate to see that, blocking that shot. That was man. Blocking a shot that didn't even count. You'll get the stick taps and the good jobs from your teammate, but you always hate to, those ones sting more. The block shots after the whistle historically hurt significantly more. And look at Paulson setting up way wide here. No doubt they're looking for that play right there. Trying to give her some open space. Well read there by the Aeros though. Leafs Miller sends it in, chases it herself, keeps it on her stick. Long shot wide of the net. Aeros with a chance to break it out now, and they have some speed here. That was Pinnell, passes it forward. Here's 17 for the Aeros, has it on the forehand, tries to shovel it to the front. Behind the net it sits. It's Rakuvina battling in the corner now with the Leafs. Gill is in there to support, she pokes it. Paulson weathers that check, puck battle still happening. Levesque. Now on the far boards, past that winger. It'll give McDonald a chance. She has to be careful with the flying zone Leafs, nearly creating a break. And that pass out in front was blocked. Leafs will send this to the wing again. And there's Koch. Sends it back behind the net. Rakuvina has it, still with it, looking for the slot. She scores off the goalie and in, taking her time with it. Julia Rukavina, forgive me for that, Julia. You deserve better with a beauty like that. Number 17 in white, Rukavina making it look good. And just like that, the proverbial underdog Aeros. A fantastic start for them. Limiting several opportunities for the Leafs and then creating that on their own. But right here, Halstead has to be quick with the poke check, as just like that, the Leafs were looking to bounce back quickly. Neutral ice, puck squirts free. Pass to the open D-man. Now up to the winger, Smith. Tries to just push it past Gill, but Gill is strong on that puck. Gets the puck back. Well done there by Gill. Leafs will try again. That time they try to get it to Gill, but it's Smith who steals. Gill was able to still get a puck on that stick and sent it in deep. Good skating there. That was from Durante, who had a nice game that I had called on Friday. Missed that pass, though. That'll be an icing. Not 5 minutes gone in the first, already our first goal. Face-off coming to the right of Halstead. That one's punched back to the point. Stolen there at the circle by the Aeros. Using the skates across all the lines, skates it in. Sabal Quinto could not quite get a stick on it. Aeros will have a chance. It's kept in on the point, though. Baker shovels it towards the circle where it's picked up there by the blue jersey. She sees an angle and takes it all the way around, looking to beat McDonald wide. Does, but McDonald forces her behind the net. Still with the puck on her stick. Using that speed, Lacasse sends it towards the goal. It's blocked, sent right back to Lacasse, who sends it back on goal. Baker blocks it. To be careful not to deflect that, send a bouncing puck, as that one's now flipped out of play. Levesque in for the draw for the Leafs. It's won by the Aeros. They send it around the boards here. Near side, close to us in front of the benches. That'll be another icing. Koch had pushed it just a little too far. Levesque will now try again from the same side. It's 12 seconds later. Won again by the Aeros. What do they do with it now? Same side. Same player. This time it's at neutral ice. Get it to the Reds. Stolen there. That was Paulson who got a touch on it. Moves it forward to a teammate. Stopped up at the line neatly there from Durante. Good defensive play. Making her presence felt again as Gill picks it up. Smooth skating, using the edges. Passes that up, bounces over the stick of Miller, could not get it cleanly. Durante bounces it hard, just past the goal scorer. Rukavina battling again. Ends up in the corner. Leafs have some time, they chip it out. Neutral ice, it sits, they smack at it. Rukavina stays on side, now forechecks. Rukavina forecheck proving worthwhile as the puck squirts free. She takes it, sends it back down the ice at the end of a shift, having a great first period so far, is 17 in white. White on the forecheck as Gill tries to get it by. White has it though. That one's stolen neatly. Covion gets it to Miller. Walgie on the point now, pinching. It gets chipped by her. All the way back where Baker circles, using the edges, bounces it off the boards for Takeuchi. Takeuchi back there, Baker to Smith. Trying to get it to Takeuchi. Just out of her reach. She'll go on the forecheck. Taking it only for a moment. Now White gets it to the slot. There it sits for a moment. Bouncing puck. Shoveling it into the dangerous area. The referee sees it being covered. The hands go up. The whistle blows. Good stop there from Gavigan, weathering the storm. Offensive zone draw for the Aeros. Lynn comes in to take it. Lynn snaps it to the winger a little too quick. Ends up being the Leafs who get possession. Eventually they chip it past the defender. Sandu shovels it out of the oncoming attacker's way. Now in her own corner to her partner. Up the wall now. Nice pass there. Keeps her with some speed. Unable to kick that to her skate was Sabal Quinto here on the forecheck, though, nearly stealing it from the defender. It was Desjardins who could not quite avoid that forechecker. Eventually does. Now back in Aeros territory. Sandu getting checked off the puck there. Leafs nearly passing it to Paulson in the middle, but it's the Aeros who intercept. She skates it across the blue, the red, now the other blue does Lynn. Lynn takes it on her backhand, moving to the front of the net. Here comes Lynn, and she shovels it just wide. Great rush there from Lynn. Now she'll take a look and go for a skate as the Leafs earn it off the wall. And then a quick touch here. Gets it back to Pannell, who sends it on goal. That'll be played. Poke check. Good forecheck here by the Aeros as one player goes down hard there. Getting up quickly. Playing the puck there offside, and now they're clean. Good pass to Paulson for the Leafs. Here comes Paulson. Paulson shoots. That's a good wrist shot right in the breadbasket, though. Halstead makes the save and gets the whistle. Linesman ready. Nope, not quite. Now they are. Dropping the puck. Gill smacks at it. Centerman pokes it back to the D-man. That one sent right on goal. Nice save from Halstead. Had to look through some bodies. And now Pannell. She sees a shot just wide on the glove hand side. Kept in at the point now. Aeros with it. Baker lets a slap shot go. That one saved by Gavigan. Face-off will be to her right. White, Takeuchi, and Smith forwards for the Aeros with Baker and McDonald on the back end. It's the Leafs McDonald who collects here, Gracie McDonald. Nice poke there for Gill. Gill has the wheels. Will she use it? White has even more wheels. Look at that back check. Put that on the film. Show all the 12U. That's how you back check. Oh, is two Leafs player colliding at center ice. They're no worse for wear. Mention it often. Those are always the scariest injuries in hockey, are the ones where the players don't know what's happening. Is there's a bit of a cough up. Leafs will get a chance offensively here. Again, good defending, good stick checking. Give the Aeros the puck back. Gill then giving Takeuchi a bit of the business. That was Gray, sorry. Pass up now to Gray. Gray with a shot going up high, blocker side, just missing that one. Aeros shovel it back. Now it's Gill. Gill to 44. Mellison Begin to check the name bar on that one as we get an icing. Offensive zone draw for the Leafs. Quick touch to the slot there. Sabal Quinto had a good stick check to stop that offensive opportunity. Now she'll pick it up, have a little bit of room to skate. How far will she go? Trying to beat the first back checker. The defender's there to make a play. Another good back check. Hard skating there. Nice pass off the boards to herself now. Moving it back to the middle. Sabal Quinto. The slap shot there. Looking for someone in front as that one was sent down the ice, all the way down the ice. No icing is the call. Waved off by the linesman. Good forecheck there, nearly creating a turnover. It will be the Leafs who at least create a puck battle here as bodies are falling. That one slapped towards the net, but ends up behind the net. On the back of the net, they're smacking at it. Finally, the ref will blow the whistle. Get a restart of play here. Great pace so far. As I had mentioned earlier, Nate Fleming, head coach for the Aeros. Amanda Levesque, head coach for Langley. From what I can tell in the first 12 minutes, I think they both did a great job of getting the teams ready to play. The Leafs now, the offensive side, Levesque tries to center it. Stop there. Now a long shot. That one whistled just wide of the net as Halstead was reacting to something different there. Another chance here for the Leafs. There's a shot and a nice sharp stop there from Halstead. The Leafs applying great pressure. That poke check pokes it out to neutral ice. Koch battling away there with Levesque. Levesque gets hit hard into the bench. Pannell laying the body. Going off for a change, nearly too many. No call there though. That's the Leafs captain on the far side. She gets pinched off the puck. Sendu with it now. Looking up these near side boards. Takeuchi forechecking there with Smith, and Smith steals with an opportunity, but flying through, and there's a bouncing puck. Not sure where it was going. Now it winds up behind the net. Desjardins puts it forward. Stolen there by Smith, but there are the Leafs back in numbers to take the puck. Covion pushed that right to the front, and a nice POP pass off the pads there, but Halstead collects the rebound. Gets it out. Smith then shovels that towards the goal. Good keep in by Lynn. The Aeros look to complete a change here. Good poke check there. It's Durante. Lynn with it. Lynn across the blue line, takes it in for the Aeros. Slaps it into the corner. Teammate there to pick it up, looking for options. Right in the slot, there it is, and a goal! Unbelievable pass, Sabal Quinto with the finish, and it is 2-0 for the Aeros. Oh, that was pretty. I want to make sure for sure I hear exactly who that first assist was to, because that was a pretty one. What a finish. One-timer in front, right under the arm. Sabal Quinto making it look good. The Aeros back at it again here, 2-0. A great start, no doubt, as there's a attempted tip on a country mile wide shot. Leafs trying to break it out. Nice pass there. Didn't have the support of the forwards. Got to pass the first defender. See how the Leafs respond now. Down by 2. Goals can be scored quickly and in bunches. A 2-goal lead is nothing to be too worried about, but you want to make sure you respond well here at the end of the first. No icing, says the linesman. Deeming Mellison begin, could have got a touch on that. Levesque chips it past the forechecker. Rukavina, though, creates the battle in the corner. Great play there by the Aeros to keep the puck in play. Now sent into the opposite corner. The forecheck will begin again. A nice couple passes, though, will give Gray an opportunity to send it in. Levesque on the forecheck. Baker weathering that storm, pushes it up the boards, gets it out to neutral ice where Miller has it. Miller gets it stolen by Smith, though, and Smith looking to beat her defender, Desjardins. Big long stick, able to sweep that out of danger. Passes it back, but McDonald's there. Sends it on goal. There's a rebound. Smith comes in with the poke check. It's swiped out of danger by the Leafs captain. Now Smith with it again for the Aeros. Back to Baker. Baker sends a long shot on goal. That one is stopped, and the whistle goes. As Gavigan makes the save, face-off will be to her right there. As this first period progresses further now, you're even more inclined to tip your cap to the Aeros. Definitely been their period. Sporting a 2-0 lead. Face-off win back to Sandu. That one hits the pads right in front. That'll get some good stick taps from your bench. Durante collects, sends it to Mann. Nice pass. Mann gets taken down in a heap. No arm up. Leafs now turn and go. It's Miller. Shot there off the pads in front. Another couple flying body. Sabo Quinto tries to shovel that to Lynn, not saying no on the play, and that's what you love to see. Play till you hear the whistle. You think there should be a call? Well, there wasn't. Just keep playing, because you never know what can happen. Rukavina, though, just missing that one. Got handcuffed, or dare I say feet cuffed on that one. Could not quite kick it to her skates. Kick it to her stick, I should say. Neutral ice passing here to Koch. Nice crisp passing in the neutral ice for the Aeros. You love to see it. Koch with it, stopping up. Back to the point for Walji, forgive me. And now here's Gill with a step. Shot right in the glove of Halstead, makes the save. 3:28 left to go here in the first period. Halstead's been tested a few times, made a few really nice saves. Puck is dropped. Leafs try and create something here with the offensive zone win. Behind the goal, shoveling it right in front beside the net. Halstead can't get a grab on it. The puck is in the slot for a moment there, a dangerous position as the still bodies looked, and now Rukavina has a mini 2-on-1. Will she keep her shoot? It's poke checked away. Will never get the option. Great play there by Lacasse to break up that 2-on-1. McDonald, though, back on the point for the Aeros. Shovels that. It's blocked. Sent to the open wing. Koch puts it behind the net. Rukavina's there. She puts it right to the slot. Not a bad play. All the blue jerseys there, though. Sandu sends one wide on the glove hand side. McDonald in on the pinch. Keeps it in. Poked out further, though, by the blue jerseys. Aeros, neutral ice. Smith looks to dump it in, just barely staying onside there are the Aeros. Almost deked themselves out a little bit as that'll be an icing against the Leafs. White taking the draw against Franklin. There's a shot right in front. Loose puck. Another nice save from Gavigan. Aeros looking to make it 3-0. Leafs goalie standing tall. Big saves here at the end of the first. No doubt will be a message as she gets snowed up by her own player there, Durante. Can't get too upset when it's your own player, but I'm sure she won't appreciate that. Well, Halstead's been pretty hot. Maybe they're just trying to cool her off. She's been playing so good. That's how I would style it out as a defender. Turn it into a compliment. Goalie won't mind. Lynn snaps it back. Sent up the board. Salvaquinto has it at her feet. Now sends it high. Not out of play. Just barely keeping it in. No ice as Gill chases back. Forechecker of Lynn is present. Gill forced behind the net where Mann's there. And this has been a very effective forecheck for the Aeros so far in the first period. We'll see if we see anything different from the Leafs. It's a risky forecheck to try and counteract. Salvaquinto picks it up neutral ice, a little 1-on-4, which she'll try and make it work. Pushes it out wide, sends it right in front. Trying to make something out of nothing there. As that one's stopped by Pennell. That was backhanded right at her. Behind the net, stolen by the Aeros momentarily. In the corner they battle. Back to Baker, pinching down low at the point. Under 1 minute to go now. Here in the first period, Meadows Arena. Long shot, that one just wide of the net, looking for a tip in front. Leafs smack at it, can't get possession. Aeros with it still. Pennell behind the net for Rukavina. Had Koch in front, Rukavina still with it. Unable to be kept in at the line by Baker. With 20 seconds left, we'll have one more offensive opportunity here perhaps, as Koch was a little quick entering the zone. That rush will belong to the Leafs if they want it. Long stretch pass. It'll be Taki Uchi. Slaps at it. Leafs will poke. Ends up in a dangerous spot, but it'll be too late as the horn goes on the first period. The score is 2-0 for the Aeros. The first goal was scored by number 17, Rukavina, and then an absolutely beauty one-timer by Salvaquinto for the Aeros. I think we'll have a very short break and then come back for the second period. We are back here, second period from Meadows Arena in Edmonton. 2-0, the Aeros lead it. We'll be switching sides of the ice. You didn't need me to tell you, but the Leafs will be in blue, wearing the Leafs on their sleeves. The Aeros in white. Face-off won by the Leafs. Back to the captain. Second period underway. We'll see how the Leafs respond. Very quick intermission to try and rally the troops. Come back in this game. Rukavina has it for the Aeros. Pass up. For speed there is Koch. Koch beating a girl wide. Looking for a slot in front. Sends it, but Gavigan keeps it out. Puts it into the slot where it's pushed to the side. Levesque has it. Durante now at the point, sends it back behind the net. That'll go out of play. White takes the draw, wins it back. For a shot pass there to Smith, gets past her. She smacks it towards the boards where Paulson gets it for the Leafs. Back is 22 in White. Neutral ice. Puck is won by White. White skates it into the slot, now takes it wide. Good defending there by the Leafs. Now it's poked back to the point. Long shot. That one's bounced and collected and poked at. Maybe a little late. Just in the nick of time, we'll call it. Good stop there for the Leafs. Good first shift for the Aeros. Knowing the Leafs are going to be coming, the Aeros have still kept the puck mostly in the offensive zone. Bit of a fan one-timer there. Loose puck in the high slot taken by the Leafs. Bit of a hard pass will miss her mark. She'll try and wave off the ice and will do just that. Actually a nice pass, sharp angle shot. Halstead has to be ready for that one. Knowing the speed of your forward there as that was player streaking in for Langley. Cobian wins it, back to McDonald. Sends it all the way around, that's Gill. Has a touch on it, Aeros defending. Langley tries to push it in front. Hard check there, keeps the puck in play there as player puts, that was man to the ice. Pass there is broken up by Lynn for the Aeros. She squirts it into neutral ice but loses her stick with the body check, so player dumps it back in for the Leafs and then she'll go for a change. Nice play there by Lynn, avoiding the pressure, takes it more on the backhand, has it, still with it, avoiding the stick checks, only momentarily as finally it squirts free. The Leafs now neutral ice. Forcing it to the far side, now moving it more to the middle. Options there are limited. Back behind the net, it's Durante. Shovels it back to the point where it's kept in. Move to the high circle. Bouncing puck here, their stick checks. Some tired bodies perhaps as it's sent behind the net. Sandu. Backhands it ahead. Cabal Quinto with a touch on it there. So that backhander will go a little too far for the icing. Face off back in front of the Aeros territory. Puck's dropped, back underway. Just over 3 minutes gone here in the third. Gill at the point. Has that one stolen off the pass. Getting to the red and slapping it in, that was Pinnell. Behind the net. Ends up being the Leafs who take it. Paulson steps it ahead for Miller. Miller pokes it to herself. Halstead's there with the paddle, getting a poke on it. That'll give the Aero bench a reason to cheer. Rukavina trying to force it out. Levesque keeping it in. Mighty strength being shown here as Rukavina just leaning down her girl and patting her on the head, patting Levesque on the head after she skates away. Well done there, Rukavina. And the skates there for Aeros defender, pushes it past the blue to neutral ice. Aeros defending here now. Nice hard shot. Leafs forward, sending that over the net. Almost too many there as the player coming on, but no call. Another nice shot, save made. Rukavina had that on her stick, shoveled it back to neutral ice. This is probably more of what the Leafs were looking for. As Halstead pokes that, doesn't come out to play it. There's a nifty little one touch, but it was a little high behind the net. Here's a chance. Shot was wide, back in the slot, the backhander. Nowhere to be seen. Gill with another play there in the slot. That one was poked away. That'll get sent all the way down the ice. Then another icing call there. Had a lot of space to skate with that. Deciding just to get the whistle, relieve some of the pressure, take a bit of a breath. See if you can't reset on this defensive zone. Face off for the Aeros. Leafs providing some really good pressure here the past few shifts. That one's put right in front again. Was player back to the point. Lacasse was not there for it. Now she is all the way behind her own goal. Up to Gill. Gill tries a neat little backhander. Creates a errant puck. Still in play here. Takeuchi leaves it there for Sandu. Back to Takeuchi. Gets it back to neutral ice where player has it. The Leafs skated in. Long shot. Halstead a little handcuffed but makes the save. Puck battle here, more hard shoving. Kicked free by Gray. Pass up the boards here. Takeuchi has it. Takeuchi a little late to enter the zone, pushes her offside. Long changes for the defenders here. Something to note is the Aeros nearly got caught on that one. There's a long shot. Halstead had to be ready. Creating a battle in the corner. Lynn using the edges, turning off her defender there. Pushes it up the middle of the ice, deflected off the right color, so no icing. Nice little one-touch pass there. Not quite good enough for the Leafs, but they will regroup and re-attack here as you like the effort. You only need a couple of those to go to create that odd man rush you're looking for. Levesque on the forecheck. That is Calbaquinto. A little too fast for that forecheck as she pushed it all the way to neutral ice. Comes all the way back though for the Aeros. And now it is locked up tight there behind the goal. Count them 8 legs in there, all battling. Looking like some sort of hockey monster as it points out into the slot. Nice chance there for the Leafs. Could not quite direct it on goal. Using this momentum though. Their number 44 sends it on goal. Bouncing puck. Halstead's there. It gets shoveled out of the dangerous territory. And then pushed back into neutral ice. Halstead's been playing great so far. You have to imagine she'll have to make even more tough saves in this game as the Leafs continue to pressure here in the second period, down by 2. Sandu behind her goal now. Koch chipped it out to neutral ice, gets shoveled right back in by the Leafs. Sandu back behind her goal. She'll try again. Puck winds up on Pinnell's stick. Off the skate of Koch, and then player, and then Koch. taken down there. The forward progression clearly stopped, and this will be our very first power play of the game. Referee Olfert, wearing number 48, makes the tripping call. That'll be number 2 player, serving 2 minutes or less in the box for tripping. Not a bad penalty to take. You'd maybe like to see those closer to your net, but was definitely a classic. I let the puck get by me, I can't let the player get by me too. We'll see what the Aeros can do here on the power play, trying to make it 3-0. Making it an even tougher hill for Langley to climb here. So Rukavina, the goal scorer, there for Lynn. Lynn skates it in. There's a shot. That one just wide. Good chance there for Lynn. And now keeping it in there. Fighting hard there was Walji. That was a clear there by the Leafs. Takeuchi nearly picked off there in a dangerous spot. Will wind up being fanned on that clear. Finally, the Leafs shovel it back to the Aeros. They don't get it all the way down. The Aeros will try from neutral ice here. Rukavina, cross ice pass. Well done there, but slightly overskated and then sent all the way back down. As we have a minute already expired on this power play, Pannell gets it past Miller, her first forechecker. Leafs have 2 deep forecheckers there, but it works out as they get it right into the middle. Halstead sprawled out. The puck stays out of the net. Still they battle. Now a penalty's taken there by Koch. The whistle goes. The power play is over. Fantastic work there. Levesque and Miller working hard on the forecheck, drawing the call. As it'll be Koch sitting down. I'm not sure what they'll call it. Interference, holding, hooking. They're going to call it a hooking. So we will have 46 seconds of 4-on-4, followed by a minute-plus power play for the Leafs. A huge opportunity for the Leafs to get back into this game. Gill has it. Bouncing shot is picked up by Sandhu. Durante then sends it all the way down. It's Gill who picks it up. Gill with some speed. Almost gets it to Levesque, but it's slapped away from Durante. Long stick defender. Nice play. Pass up to Levesque. The 4-on-4 space. Shot. Blocker save made by Halstead. The bouncing puck nearby, and she gets it in the glove and gets the whistle. Well done there. Leafs have really turned it on. Particularly a couple minutes into this second period, the Leafs really flipped that switch. And now with just 13 seconds left of 4-on-4, you can imagine they're hoping to start this power play here the way they've been moving the puck. It's Franklin coming in, take the draw. Franklin won it, but won it to the wrong side winger as they'll send it all the way down the ice, but realizing they're not on the penalty kill. That'll actually be an icing against Takeuchi. Just under 10 to go here in the second. Similar face-off result. It's pushed to a different side now. Penalty to the Leafs is over. We are now on power play time. Langley Leafs still trailing by 2 here in the second period. To neutral ice, they move it. Paulson skates it into the offensive zone, sends it right on goal. Another save made. Shooting it to the open wing, clearing it to neutral ice. Paulson picks it up from behind her. There's a long shot on the glove hand side. Halstead sees it all the way, gets the whistle. Leveskin to take it. Got Giles, who receives it. There's a shot right on, and that one bounced right behind the goal. Now they'll still try and create a play from it. They push it to the dangerous area right nearby in the slot. Gets back to the point now. Number 18, the defender, pinched off there. Langley skates it right in front, gets it back to Desjardins. Shot there, blocked by Pinnell. Perhaps you can hear on the ice, Mike, the Aeros bench erupting with that one. There's now just 5 seconds left on the power play. They move it right back to the front. Desjardins collects as it squirts through everyone. Back behind the goal, some tired PKers. There's theirs put right in front. Halstead's down. The puck stays out. The goalie is bumped. The whistle goes. The hands are up. Washout is the call. No goal. Halstead standing tall, or should I say sitting tall, on the seat of her pants. Will make sure the carnage is collected and nobody is injured as young Lila Halstead gets helped up. What a terrific job there by Lila. Had a chance to talk with her after her shutout performance on Friday, and she had the best answer ever. I asked her how she stayed focused when she was playing a hockey game, and it's as if she didn't even understand the question. She's like, oh, how would I not be focused? Hockey's happening. I'm just watching hockey and trying to stop the puck. It was a truly honest answer from a truly focused hockey player. Takeuchi with it now. Trying to build off that momentum earned from the big penalty kill. Could sense that was a big turning point in the hockey game potentially. Leafs still have a lot of time to make a 2-goal deficit disappear. But the narrative of this game now half being written. Not in favor of Langley. White for the Aeros behind the net. Finally, they get the puck free. Back to the point. Sandu. Long shot there. It bounces up and over the net. Nearly a trick play there. Back to McDonald. She has an angle. She takes a shot off the stick of the defender as they intercept. It's Gray who now sends it in for the Leafs. Sandu to McDonald. It's Takeuchi who has it stolen. Player momentarily. They'll send it to an open wing to the Aeros. Leafs send it right back. McDonald forcing herself into a play with the forecheckers. The Aeros send it right back to neutral ice. A weathering the storm season right now as McDonald's back behind the net once again. She puts it to a Leaf skater, sends it on, blocked in the high slot by the Aeros, and now some wheels here. Cabo Quinto with some speed, trying to move it to the middle. Cabo Quinto scored an absolutely beautiful goal, not too similar from that, moving in to the offensive zone a couple days ago. And they're now pushing it to an open side. Good work there, Cabo Quinto. Player gets it ahead for the Leafs. Sent in by Gill, collected by Durante as the Leafs change. Durante off the boards. Cabo Quinto will backhand it, unable to get good wood on it though. Leafs get it to neutral ice, skating in, Miller. Miller keeps it onside. There's a shot, deflected up high into the corner. Miller collects again. Oh, gets taken down hard into the boards. Miller slow to get up, but up on their own power. Rukavina has it for the Aeros now. Behind the net it goes for the Aeros. Centerman into support for the Leafs. Just Koch back there. Of course, it's the Leafs who take it. And there's a nice breakup there by Koch, poking it ahead for Takeuchi. Now pass back to McDonald. McDonald there to Pinnell. Pinnell shovels that one in. Gill feels the pressure, can outskate it. It's the Aeros who get it back again. There's a long shot, and that one wide of the goal on the glove hand side. McDonald Sends it in off the backboards. Little deflection there will split the defenders. McDonald back to Takeuchi. The Aeros not letting up at all as there's a shot. There's a save. Caught up high. Well-placed shot there. And an opportunity here right on goal. That one was looking 5-hole, but the save was made. Gavigan has watched a lot of hockey here in the second period, forced to make a couple nice stops there. McDonald passes off. Off the skates of Smith there. 18 will try again. Here's Smith. Has Takeuchi with her. Little 2-on-2. Smith takes the shot. Blocked by the defender. Put behind the goal. Durante. There's a long shot and a great opportunity for Smith. Just have it go off the body. Could have found the back of the net there as offside is the call. And that is a placement of the door offside. As the lineman had a cheeky little point. Almost surprised to see the 2-0 score standing tall here in the second period. Leafs have had some great pressure. Very tightly contested game here so far. Ooh, is that pass there? Caught Lynn, and that'll be a turnover. Player has it for the Leafs. Backhands it into the slot, but it's the Aeros defending it. Cabalquinto forced off that one with the check. Lynn's there to support, but it's the Leafs all right through Paulson. Cabalquinto will try again. Taking her girl hard as Giles falls in. Now iced all the way down, 200 feet. Whistle goes. It'll come all the way back in front of Halstead. Player taking the draw against Lynn, wins it to the wing. Paulson forces it back. Pokes that into the slot. Baker now has to skate for it. Baker off the skate of Cabalquinto. Hard on the forecheck there. And checking her defender down hard. That is a textbook forecheck there. Nice pass, giving the Leafs an opportunity right up the gut of the ice. It's Player. Player with a shot. Pass off the pads to Giles. Giles right in front. Halstead's there to make the save. Make a record of it and put it on repeat. Halstead's looking neat. Levesque giving some final directions to the right side winger. The linesmen and the referees have agreed. The Aeros have also decided which side they want to line up on. And Koch will be forced to take the draw. Finally, the puck is dropped. We're back underway here. Not too much time left here in the second period. If a goal will be scored, you imagine it would very much change the complexion. Will it be the Aeros? That shot deflected high off the glass behind the goal. Durante on the pinch. Misses the poke check. In comes Miller for the Leafs now. Miller passes off. Shot! And a glove save! Flashing the leather is Halstead. And that was a good shot. That looked like it was right by the ear. Just right where you want to put that puck. It's hard as a goalie. It's easier to reach out. It's harder to go those high by the ear, especially with different heights of different goalies at different levels. Different areas are a lot more easier to exploit, and that by the ear can be a tough one. That was a great save by Halstead. Takeuchi gets it ahead for her forward. There's Smith with it. Smith, one nice move around the defender. then trips over the skates, unable to make the puck on net, but a great first move there by Smith. Now White and Smith forechecking. Gets it to Takeuchi. Has it bounce around her skates. Now under 100 seconds in the period. There's White. White skating all the way around, drawing the penalty, putting the puck on net. Nice save made, but we are going to have another power play here for the Aeros. Great play by White. Just a couple fantastic executions on some moves there by the Aeros, forcing the Leafs into dangerous spots and forcing them to take those penalties. And if no goal scored here in the second period, the power play will carry over into the third. A huge momentum play there. I mean, a power play goal would definitely make the Aeros feel pretty good heading into the intermission. But even starting the third on a power play can do something for you. Pannell passes it off. There's a shot. Glove save there. Gavigan flashing the leather of her own. Aeros are 0 for 2 on the power play so far, an abbreviated second one. Win that one back. Pannell on the point. There's a shot up high. Catching it off the mask was Gavigan. And now in front, she'll get the save. Gavigan, that was... She's in the right place. I'm just going to say that because she actively put her head in the way of that puck, which is a very hard thing to teach goalies to do. That is something that is a very hard thing to get goalies to do, to not be afraid of that puck, but she knew that mask was going to protect her. Well done. Scrum draw, nearly won. Ends up getting shoveled down the ice for the Leafs. Halstead leaves it for Sandhu, has the forechecker. Forechecker takes it from her. Decides to create a puck battle behind the net. Great stick taps here for the Leafs on the bench as they like that effort. Bank pass. That's Levesque who gets ridden into the boards and then taken down. Just 30 seconds left to go here. Pass. A little too slow for Cabalquinto, who was flying through the zone. Little aggressive on the forecheck here. Are the Leafs on the penalty kill? Now just 10 seconds left, trying to create something. It'll end up being an icing that'll go all the way down the ice, and with 4 seconds left on the clock, we are going to have an offensive zone face-off for the Leafs. We'll see what they want to draw up here as the head coach, assistant coach, one of the coaches there, looks like the head coach, was really letting Levesque and Miller know this is what we're going to try and do here. We only got 4 seconds. Miller tried to just shovel it on goal off the draw. Always a hard thing to do. Won by the Aeros. That'll be the end of the second period here. Aeros still leading 2-0. Tremendous performance from Halstead so far. We'll see what the story of the third period is as we take a bit of a longer break here. We'll be back here on Silent Ice TV from For Vengeance Media in about 13 minutes. We'll pick you up there.
Well, here we are at the Bauer Winter Championship intermissions. Haley Runnels, commissioner of the Female Super League, and it is so awesome to have the FSL involved in the Bauer Winter Championship. What has the first half of the season kind of been like from a commissioner's point of view? What are you hearing from the players, the parents, the coaches? What's it been like?
Well, it's been pretty well received so far, and it's been really exciting. I've got to watch a ton of games so far and get to meet the people involved, and I think every franchise, every team has a lot of great people in the mix, and the talent is unbelievable, and it's been just the hype is so exciting. It's been great.
It has
It's
been
fun.
awesome. I mean, getting to see the girls doing their media interviews with 11 Creative and talking about themselves and not just talking about, playing with the guys, playing in their own league, a league of their own, if you will, and the excitement and the light up on their faces or the celebrations. I mean, I have enjoyed so much of it because it really has shown that these girls just love to play the game of hockey.
They love it.
They really do.
They love it, and their energy is so high, and yeah, they hype each other up, and they hype the other teams up when they're watching. It's just, it feels very much like the FSL is a community.
Yes, it's infectious with all of the teams. And so this weekend we have the 12U, and we're getting to broadcast those games for the first time, so that's really exciting. And the 14U division we have done before. And a big game this weekend is Saturday. It'll feature Bow Valley, the Nationals, which kind of like South Sask in the JPHL, they're a juggernaut. They're going to take on the Vancouver Aeros. Now, the Aeros have a bit of a secret weapon that we got to see last weekend. Lila Halstead, at 12 years old, was named the goalie of the tournament in the JPHL 14U division. Like, for you as an FSL, you got to be like, wow, that's so amazing, and can't wait to get her back with the Aeros here.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a secret she is at this point. She's a weapon. Yeah, Tiny, she moves so well. She's just so technical and just so fun to watch. Such a good energy about her too.
Oh my goodness, her quickness and her reactions are so great, and that's a really good matchup between those two teams. That's 4:30 on Saturday for those of you who want to check it out. And this Bow Valley team, man, I could talk about them for hours. Positionally strong, they skate well. I don't know if there's anything they don't do well.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah, don't tell them that, exactly. But they just do a lot of things.
Yeah.
They're just, they don't make, they're almost mistake free. If you make a mistake, they pounce on you, and to watch them play must be pretty satisfying.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun to watch them. They're so strategic. They follow the plan. You can tell exactly what they're trying to execute, and it just. I don't want to use the word flawless, but it looks flawless.
Yeah, and like if I'm a national team player or a member, I'm looking at these girls and saying, man, our future is so bright.
It's so bright, yeah, and it's so nice to it'll be really great to see some of these names coming from the FSL as they go on and play in the PWHL or NCAA or U Sport, wherever they end up.
Indeed.
They're going to be somewhere.
Yeah, it's the talent is exploding, and now we also have the 12U, and you guys have a real special team. We talk about Bow Valley being a special team. This 12U Vancouver Aeros team, man, they could really do some damage, and they're going to play against the White Court Wolverines, an HSL team from the 2013, and this is something that you guys have been doing to get them a little bit of extra competition, and they have met all the competition head on.
They have, yeah. They're a phenomenal team. They're unmatched. They're just so much depth. They work so hard. They're so skilled. So yeah, in order to accommodate that and be able to keep them together as a team and keep their development, we've incorporated some game against HSL teams in the HPL in Vancouver. So yeah, they'll have 2 matchups this weekend against the 2013 AAA Wolverines, and we're super excited to see them take the ice.
Well, I think it's awesome because they're going to get the competition that they need to stay sharp, but then they're playing against other FSL teams, and they're raising their level of competition. I mean, a rising tide lifts all boats. So the teams that are playing against the Aeros, now they're getting up, and they're going to measure themselves, and they're going to get closer and closer and closer. Just like with South Sask, although it didn't look like it in the final, teams want to get up, and I think they're going to make the whole division better by also keeping their game tight against the HSL teams.
Yeah, the Aeros are so important for the growth and the future of the FSL because they set a standard and a benchmark that we'd like all teams to elevate to, like you said. So it's very important that we give them some competition this year, but it's important that the other teams are taking note, and I'm excited to see that division in the coming years.
Yeah, and next year we will have another division as this hockey monster just keeps growing. The 16U division next year. I guess, was it immediate that people wanted this division, and how much, I guess, questions and phone calls and interest is there in this division?
Oh yeah, it was immediate. All of a sudden it was, well, where do I go next year? The 14U was panicking. It's like, we'll figure it out. Yeah, 16U, tons of interest. We actually had to turn some franchise applications away, but we're super excited to launch that division next year. Won't give away too much right now, but the interest is there and it's looking really good.
Awesome. Well, if you are a player in that 14U, now you know you have the next step, and we'll see where this goes as well. But Haley, it's been awesome to have the Female Super League involved in the Bauer Winter Championship this week, and we look forward to Championship Sunday. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Very pleased to be joined at this intermission for the Executive Director of Kids Sport Edmonton. Dana Josdal is our guest. And Dana, thank you so much for being a part of the Bauer Winter Championship once again as our charity sponsor. For those that are new to the Winter Championship, tell us a little bit about Kids Sport Edmonton and what it's all about.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Dean, for having us here again this year. We're really grateful to be a part of it once again. So at Kids Sport, what we do is we subsidize sport registration fees for kids that come from families facing financial hardship. Unfortunately, the pay-to-play system isn't set up for families that are going through a turbulent time. But that's okay, because that's when Kids Sport steps in and steps up to the plate to make the assist for local Kids Sport kids, ensuring that equal access to sport is for all kids.
Lots of potential for people to get involved in their own neighborhood, and certainly they can get involved right now. On the screen is the options for the tickets that people can buy for the 50-50 in support of Kids Sport Edmonton here at the Bauer Winter Championship. You can either go to the website, use the QR code, and it's programs like this that really keep kids sports alive. Not just this, but things like this kind of initiative. So, you know, I guess to say it's important is the understatement, but what is it like to be able to partner with the JPHL and the Winter Championships once again with this 50-50?
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. We look at events like this like a fundraiser. We're here to spread awareness about our brand. We're also here to raise money for our Kids Sport kids, for the current ones and our future ones, because we know they're coming. And like you said too, earlier on in the conversation, you know, sometimes families require this. Sometimes it's a one-off. Sometimes there's a parent who's on a leave of work and another one who doesn't work, and well, as a stay-at-home mom will say, that's definitely a full plus time job and not bringing in an income. And those families do require a helping hand for a short amount of time. And then there's new Canadians that we're supporting. There's so many different communities and minority groups that we are looking out for and looking after to make sure that they can feel a sense of community and belonging through sport. And we're so grateful and thankful to be able to be a part of this event once more with the JPHL, and look forward to next year as well.
Have a great holiday season. We'll see you in 2025.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Hello and welcome back to Meadows Arena in the southeast side of Edmonton. Michaelin Bonnick-Jetteris calling the action for you here on Silent Ice TV. It's a For Vengeance media production. And I say it so many times, I'll say it one more time. It is so cool to get to be here bright and early in the morning watching 14U FSL hockey action. This is the semifinal of the Bauer Winter Championships here held in Edmonton, Alberta. Winner of this game will be playing at 1:15 on Silent Ice TV, so make sure you keep it here. You'll get to watch one of these two teams play for the championship a little later in this afternoon. The other semifinal game is happening on the other sheet of ice right now as we speak. As it sits right now, the Vancouver Aeros sporting a 2-0 victory, or win, lead. Trying to make it a 2-0 victory. Definitely a big thanks to the play of their goalie, Lila Halstead. She has been quite dialed in the two games I have seen her play. And a lot of members for the Aeros. Smith, Pinnell, Cabalquinto, Takeuchi, a lot of players making their presence known. Lynn, Durante, several putting together very good games today. And on the Leaf side, you can see the talent, you can see the skill, and you know there's another level they can get to. They'll need to try and find that other level here in the third period. And if a 2-0 deficit wasn't enough to overcome, they'll also be shorthanded for the first 33 seconds or less, the Aeros are hoping, of this period. Leafs player Gracie McDonald finds her way into the penalty box. Linesman finds his way into the net supports. Halstead finds her way to her net in her own time, as goalies always do. Habits turn into rituals, turn into superstitions, and we all get to see it unfold here. FSL 14U, this is the Bauer Winter Championship semi-final game, third period. One half of the championship match will be decided right here, right now. Puck is dropped. Power play for the Aeros. Miller, first to collect. She'll clear it down the ice. As we have had a clock error, the refs are usually really good at keeping these things on their tabs, as we do get a whistle. As now the linesmen are discussing, oh, what did you have? Were you counting? No harm, no foul for the most part there, as they'll melt some seconds off the clock. Refs got it pretty close to their mind. They're saying, all the coaches, they don't disagree. We'll have 19 seconds of power play time left for the Aeros. Face-off shot now. The clock will be moving accordingly, as that one's put right in front of Halstead. Good forecheck there. Leafs keep it in, but Lacasse was a little too far. Keep it into the zone, sends it all the way down as Halstead took a bit of a tumble. As now the penalty is over for the Leafs. The Aeros on the power play being over. Koch kept in there. Sandu sends it right in front, and there's a player streaking to the slot. Could not quite get it to Koch. Rakuvina behind the goal. That's Levask battling hard. Puck battle still trying to get it free. There are the Aeros. They do. Behind the net. Looking for the option in the slot. Skating away from the defender. Sandu, a long shot deflected wide of the goal. More pushing and shoving in the corner near us here. gets sent around the boards, picked up at the half wall. First play was fanned on, now it gets pushed to neutral ice. Offside are the Aeros, they'll have to tag up. Now the Leafs blocked there, didn't know where it was for a second, so player gets another chance. And that one's stolen here neatly by Lynn. Lynn has it on the backhand, moves it to the front, right into the front. Rukavina diving, trying to shovel it towards the goal, and now Cabo Quinto pushes one off, but here come the Leafs back. It's Gill, long shot, saved by Halstead and getting the whistle. So a great response there in the beginning of the third, down a man, or down a player, I should say. The Leafs able to kill off the penalty, limit those good offensive chances. 2 goals can happen quick, but you have to imagine they want to see something find the back of the net just to kind of breathe a little easier right now. Whenever you're facing off against a good goalie, usually partway through the third is when it can start to really get in your head, that thought of, dang, we might not be able to get one by here. Like I had said, 2 can happen quick though. A bloop and a blast, as they say. Back to the point, bouncing puck, that could have been the bloop, as Halstead had to be careful there. Man for the Aeros, shovels it there, Gill, neutral ice. Lynn collects it from her, shoots that off the pads in front of her, chases it herself. Lynn all over the puck again. That was set behind the net for the Leafs. Now through neutral ice past everybody. No icing, says the linesman, as Durante could have touched it. She'll come all the way back now to make that play. Poke check there by Player. Player for the Leafs. Taking it for a moment. Getting checked off the puck, but teammates there trying to help out. Aeros earning possession back. A couple quick passes. Here's Smith. Smith gets to the red. Evades a couple stick checks, and then offside is just barely pushing offside. There was Takeuchi. Faceoff will be here closer to the player benches at neutral ice. White, Smith, Takeuchi. Woodworth with the winger win to Frazier. Now back to the open wing. It's Gray. Gray for the Leafs. Forcing off that check, trying to shovel it in front. Back to Gray. Winds up being the Aeros. Get possession from behind their net and skate it out. Takeuchi trying to kick it forward to herself. Winds up being the Leafs. Skate it in. Takeuchi's there to disturb that progression. And now it's Pinnell moving in and out, looking for an angle, taking that sharp angle shot for the short side. Was blockered into the corner. Pass up the boards. Looking to the middle of the ice. Couvillon pushed it to the open wing. Now the Aeros have it. Number 17, goal scorer, the first goal of the game. Scored by 17 in white, Rukavina. Pinnell right into the slot. That'll be a chance here for the Aeros as they turn and shoot the bouncing puck right on top of the goal, and they get the whistle as pouncing on it quickly was Gavigan. Talk about the bloop and the blast from before. The Aeros, quite literally, nearly a bloop right over the goalie's head, so to speak. Have to imagine they'll want to keep it at 2-0. Give them a chance here down the stretch. Baker slaps it in the circle. It is. Bouncing puck. Good play there. Rakuvino with it. Passing it off the boards. D-man. Long shot. It's high. It's blocked in the slot. Barrow down is the player, and there's a shot from Koch. I think that hit the goalie more than saved it. They call those positionary saves, right spot, right time. He's chasing this one hard. No, be the icing is the call from the linesman. Close enough there to see it. It was racing hard after it was Miller. Miller, Couvon, Levesque for the Leafs. That's one back quickly to McDonald. Long shot, that one high again, and the rebound sits there. Push to neutral ice. Sandu has it on the right side of half, so they'll send it in. Lacasse gets it past Cabalquinto. Skating past a couple forecheckers here. Cabalquinto will be the last one to beat, and she won't let it happen. Throwing the body down. Fantastic tournament as an inadvertent play here in front of us as players go tumbling, but the action's further down the ice as the Leafs try and create some offense here. Bouncing into the neutral, into the slot. It's up on top of the net, on the crossbar, and over to the back. Looking for that momentum boosting goal are the Leafs, still with the puck. That one is pushed to the slot, into the corner. Gill has that pass be blocked and then sent down the ice. No, it's blocked. A nice keep by Paulson. She puts it off the shin pads of Lynn. Behind the net now, Player. Leafs are wheeling. That one was blocked, pushed to the side. Player centers it again for Paulson, who turns, shoots just wide of the net. Gill back down low, back to Gill at the point. Gill fans on that one, and here's a chance for who else but Cabalquinto. Looking to go through the legs of the defender, puts the puck through, but cannot keep the momentum as some tired legs, I'm sure. Takeuchi sends it back. Durante looks for Cabalquinto, who gets a touch, but just wants to go off for a change, breathing heavily. Nice move there. That was Paulson trying to make a play. Battling there near the blue line. In the offensive zone for the Leafs, nearly a touch there by Smith, and she would have been gone. And there's a pass here to Takeuchi. Has Smith on the far side, will send it on goal. Nearly create the play she wanted as Smith was there off the rebound. Nice pass for the Leafs, that's to Player. Player sends it around the net. Gill shovels it to the middle. It's Smith for the Aeros, pushes it up the gut, but a little too far for Takeuchi. She will skate hard enough to wave off this icing. As they now battle in the corner. This is right in front for Smith. They bounce at it. Now a body's falling. Ends up being the Leafs who take it, but a giveaway in front, a shot, and that was the best save of the night from Gavigan. Point blank in the slot. There's the defender patting the head. A big thank you, a big capital T on that thank you there from the goalie, keeping this 2-0. Face off, back to McDonald. That one's blocked in the circle, knocked down at the feet. Leafs trying to push it out, but it's Koch. Rukavina behind the goal with Pannell. Ends up being the Leafs who collect and skate it up the ice. Franklin using the wheels. Here she goes, staying just onside. Finally, the progression gets stopped and the puck winds up in the bench, so the whistle will go. But a great skate there from Franklin using the wheels. The best burst from her we've seen tonight. This morning. Old habits die hard, hey? It's 9:47 in the morning. Levesque will take the draw for the Leafs, has Lacasse right behind her. Sandu kind of wins it off the winger draw. Played to Cabalquinto. He's right back on the ice. Man on the far side carries it in. Lynn could not quite get that to the point, but just does as the pinching defender keeps it in play. Now Lynn has it again. Lynn turning off, using the body positioning very well. Now Lynn shoveling that towards the net, and that was a dangerous puck to the slot as it's the Leafs bouncing back. Opportunity here, breaking through one. It'll be right on goal where Halstead feathers it to the side. Attacking now are the Leafs. Pass to the point. Good puck play there. That's right on goal. Halstead makes the save. Battling in the corner. Just over 10 minutes left to go here in this 2-0 hockey game semifinal, the Bauer Winter Championship. High flip down right on goal. Leafs will reset. Langley Leafs looking for some offense here. It's Lacasse skating it all the way to the middle in the offensive zone. Gets knocked off her puck. Smith battling there. Players in to help out for the Leafs. Still they swing for it. Squirts free into Aeros territory where they'll skate it back behind their net. Good forecheck by the Leafs, and you know that forecheck is only going to be coming harder and harder as we near 10 minutes left in the game. And there's a steal on the forecheck from player. Her shot deflected by the defender over the net. Halstead was ready, didn't have to make the save there. Baker takes the check, pushes it ahead. Another steal there, it's player all over it, and a chance now, and who else? A glove save from Halstead. That was labeled for the back of the net. Halstead there yet again, another neat, nifty stop. Headed to a media timeout. Get you back here in a couple minutes.
I learned so much from my mom. She loved us more than anyone and still does. And there's things that she didn't have the skill set for that we ended up learning from coaches and from playing sport itself. The mentorship that I received taught me a lot about what it takes to be a great football player, what it takes to be a great track athlete, but then also what it takes to be a great person. And I feel like I learned that directly from observing my coaches and having their influence. I think the great thing about sport is that any kid who has the opportunity to play sport then has the opportunity to have that mentorship.
Back here after that short break, 9:50 left to go in the third period of the semifinal. 2-0, the Aeros are leading. The Leafs trying to find something here in the way of a goal. That is pushed right to the slot. Thankfully, the Aeros for them keep it out of the dangerous territory for the Leafs as they try and push back on that. Good forecheck, as we had mentioned. You're going to see three high, and even the weak side or strong side defender will be taking turns applying pressure on that forecheck as well as Koch pushes that towards the net. You have to imagine with 10 minutes left, we're going to enter into a slightly different style of hockey game here as the Aeros beginning to recognize that 2 goals might very well be enough to win this hockey game. Oh, a low check there. Down in a heap is Paulson for the Leafs. Taking the speed, using the speed, trying to do everything that they can. It is Paulson. As we will for sure have a small delay here. We'll take a short break here as we deal to Paulson. We'll be back in a couple minutes. at Meadows Arena. 2-0 is the score for the Aeros, but our attention is on a slightly different category here as Paulson is still down on the ice being looked at for the Leafs. Oh, forgive me. No, I believe they're covering up the number here. I hate to be reporting the wrong thing. I was very sure on who it was from the play that was happening. We'll get more confirmation on that, though, once we see the player. They are sitting up on their own power. So the referees are discussing what this call will be. My initial reaction will be a trip, and then however many minutes we'll decide. They could call it a knee. It looked like it was more of a skate on skate, but it's for other people to look at multiple times. As the player is vacating the box here, which usually indicates a match, as it appears as though white is the player. I thought that was Durante, I think, who was skating off for the Aeros. Took that penalty. That'll be a 5-minute major is what's up on the board as they're still discussing it. Now giving the word to the benches. Will be 5-minute. Paulson is sitting, I will say. Still being talked to. Has been a lengthy stop here now. We'll see what the professionals there on the ice tending to Paulson want to do with safest way to get her off the ice. With hockey at that speeds, I mean, it looked like she hit her legs. You never know with how you hit the ice. It could be a wrist. It could be a calf. It's a fast game. She is going to be statted up on some help power there with Paulson. Her teammates are with her. And now here's Paulson. You can see her far on the right. Looks as though it very well, I mean, it could be multiple. Is holding her hand in some discomfort, assistant captain for the Leafs. And a very So this will be a very different rest of the hockey game now as a 5-minute penalty assessed to the Aeros, who have a 2-0 lead. Did see a small cut, maybe a big cut, some cut on the hand of Paulson. Could have been a part of that injury. If you were close to the Langley Leafs, I am sure you'll be getting reports after this game. Glad to see that she was skating off mostly on her own power. Always a scary situation here. But back to the hockey game, and she'll be hoping her team can score a couple on this 5-minute major as the Aeros squirt that down the ice. The better part now of this period will be played 5-on-4 for the Leafs, setting up an exciting finish as they're down by 2. Hallstad's played amazing, and here's a giveaway now. Lynn with a chance. Her hard shot, glove save by Gavigan, and that was a good shot there by Lynn. Go off for the quick change. Do the Aeros. Leafs in their own zone. We'll try and streak up the ice here on the power play, no doubt. Nice stick there from Takeuchi. Levesque passes it ahead. Miller. It's forced off the puck there by the Aeros and then pushed ahead for Takeuchi. Nearly getting to that puck first, but it's the Leafs defender out skating. Takeuchi with the stick to slow it up. Bit of a fan there from 9 in blue, will be deflected in, no ice. It gives White a chance to make a play on the puck. She was being attacked heavily there by the forecheck, ends up making the play, and there's actually a hand up. Working hard there are the Aeros to negate 2 minutes of this power play. That is a cross-checking penalty against the Leafs about 150 feet away from your own net while you're on a power play. That is a tough one. Miller will sit for 2 minutes. And there's no option for less. You're sitting for 2 minutes. It'll now be 4-on-4. The Leafs will get a minute 50 pretty much of power play time once the 4-on-4 ends. I mean, I say a tough penalty to take. They've been so hard on that forecheck. It is such a hard line to walk. Ref deemed that Miller walked a little too far on the other side of that line that time. McDonald, that one was deflected high, then wide. Cabal Quinto with it. Has it on the backhand. Back to McDonald. McDonald pushes it to the slot. Now on the strong side boards. Pushed into the corner. Good battling here by the Aeros, no doubt. Very happy just to keep the puck in this part of the ice, nursing the 2-0 lead here. Pass up to Player. Player has some speed. Long shot. That missed everybody. No ice, says the linesman with great inflection to let everyone know as the Leafs will try and turn it back up the ice. That's Rukavina hard on that. Forecheck turning back check, and then Halstead with a nifty little backhand play, 4-on-4. Use the extra stick if you got it. Long shot along the ice, pad save made. McDonald has it now for the Leafs. That gets stopped by Rukavina. They'll try from the other side now. Misses that pass. That'll go all the way down the ice for an icing call. This time they're sure of it. And for what it's worth, we're going to call this a great power play for the Aeros, though they are just 4-on-4. This is kind of what you want to see from this 4-on-4. A very defensive-minded 4-on-4. Best offense is a good offense. Just try and keep the Leafs hemmed in their zone. And then drop back when you need to. Here's Baker. Koch has it in her feet, doesn't know, tries to get it to Lynn. Levesque kicks it ahead. Aeros with it, Sandu. Sandu bouncing puck through the legs of Lacasse. McDonald now for the Leafs. Pushes it to the corner, Levesque collects. Levesque, poke check there, trying to stop the play was Baker. Good read, executed nicely. Baker still pushing with it. Bouncing puck, there's Koch in the front of the net as the Aeros bench was up in arms for something. Lynn keeping it in. The two defenders back for the Aeros as the Leafs turn to attack. Power play is now commenced. The Leafs are 5-on-4 here for another minute and 20 seconds. Down by 2 goals with 5:20 left to go here in the third period. Semi-final game. Franklin. She has some speed, tries to get past the defender, does, chases it herself, but a great back check and then to shovel it down the ice. Great effort there. That was 11 in White. Give her what she deserves. Ms. White, Gill has it. Gill right in front of the slot. Halstead's flopping. The puck winds up in the corner. Now no stick for the goalie. Still power play here for the Leafs. That one is shot off the goalie stick that was wide of the net. Gill. Good read there, but the Leafs get it in front again, and that one was deflected just wide. Now 30 seconds left here on the power play. Leafs trying to find that goal. Gill gets past one, goes to the shooting side, puts it on goal. That one was deflected right in front and wide, and now that goalie stick will make a play. As it's there battling around, there's 8 legs, 7 sticks, 1 puck. Who will win? Rung around the boards. Nice keep there by the Leafs. They'll get another shot on goal. That one was blocked in front. Now pushed through the blue paint. Power play is over. Back to 5-on-5. Gill has it at the point. Gill back down low. They touch that, and yet again the goalie stick making a play for the Aeros. Trying to get it past Gill, but Gill too strong on it. Now it gets pushed back to the slot. Chasing after it are the Aeros. Great action here towards the end of the third period. The Langley Leafs feeling the pressure. The Vancouver Aeros are weathering the storm. Still right in front on the backhand, pouncing on it is Halstead, not able to get the cover. It'll get sent all the way down the ice on the clear. Icing is the call. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. All right, we are back. Face off to the right of Halstead. 3 minutes left to go here in the third period. The story of this game so far, all Aeros. The Leafs trying to change that narrative here quickly. Sandu keeps it in. Nice keeping in play there by Lynn, bringing it back. That one gets sent down the ice. Baker has to hustle to get the icing. Miller too many steps behind. Face-off coming all the way back. Face-off in Leafs territory. Pushing it to the blue line. And now out. There's Miller. Miller. Halstead decides to play it. Pushes it to the corner. The Aeros have it bounce right in front of their net, but it's Rukavina. Rukavina skating it out. Nice pass and almost kept down clean by Koch. It's now just over 2 minutes. We'll keep our eye on the Langley goaltender. Back to McDonald. McDonald slaps it to Pennell, who has it bounce off her stick. The Leafs will skate it out. We'll see if the goalie comes with them as they send it into the offensive zone. All the way into the offensive zone, and then crashing into Halstead is the defender, and Halstead's hurt. Streaking in on that side. Leafs forward trying to get the puck towards the net. Got some stuff towards the net. Halstead may have felt something in the legs perhaps. She was up quickly once the member of the staff got to her. Pretty hard to get goalies out of the game. Yeah, she will have none of whatever conversation was being had. She's feeling good. Just over 2 minutes here. Keep my eyes on Gavigan, goalie for the Leafs. If this faceoff is won, I imagine she'll be on the bench and will be underway. It's a scramble draw. Gavigan stays put. Push towards the blue line where it is not kept. Lacasse has that pass deflected and then just barely offside off that touch. Will create another whistle. The Aeros will love it. Slow the game right down. Nice play there. Trying to find some room here is Franklin. She has some wheels, been showing that skating speed all day. Back to Miller. Miller has a chance in the slot as she passes off the player. Goalie still in the net for the Leafs. Takeuchi, a long shot on goal. That one's saved by Gavigan. Gets the whistle now with under 90 seconds to go here in the third. A fantastic semifinal matchup here. Winner will be playing at 1:15 on Silent Ice TV, so make sure you keep it right here. this FSL 14U division comes to a head. Long shot, that one's blocked and that one hurt. Got it right in the hand, still nursing it is Miller. Franklin, that one gets put right back onto the Leafs tender, has to make another save here with 1:13 left to go. Our attention slowly turns, timeout being called here naturally by the Leafs. Noticing that they don't have much to really work with here, 1:13. Like we had talked about, the bloop and the blast is always something you have to look at, but Halstead, she has been standing tall. Or sitting tall or lying tall, wherever she's had to be, she's been there. As we are situated here right above the Leafs bench, I do love this vantage point. See all the attentive eyes taking in the direction. Memories being made here for these young players in the FSL. A chance to play one more big game here later this afternoon. It's the Leafs, it's the Aeros. The Leafs will need a dramatic finish here. The Aeros will try and shut it down here for a chance to play in the championship, and no doubt for their goalie, who has played outstanding here all weekend. Flip pass here for the Leafs. Now under 1 minute left to go here. Cabal Quinto. McDonald sends it down the ice. No ice as the goalie plays it. Pokes it ahead. Lynn's on the forecheck. Gill chased behind her goal. Leafs up the boards now. To the middle, here's Lynn. Long shot, and that's a goal as Leafs goaltender was headed to the bench. Lynn saw the opportunity, put it in the back of the net, and that'll all but seal it for the Vancouver Aeros. With 31 seconds left. Tip your cap, both teams played an incredible game here, still 31 seconds. But now a 3-0 lead for the Aeros. Faceoffs one, snap back for the Leafs. We'll see if the goalie takes another chance. They won't try. They'll just keep her where she is as the Leafs look to break the goose egg. Now with good speed there was Koch, but Player was fast to break it up. Play to the middle of the ice, the Leafs. Chance for one last one. Miller cannot quite get past Baker there. Stopped there at the skates. Now squirted back to the point. Time expires as the final shot is saved by Halstead. Congratulations to that goalie down there. I called 3 games this weekend. 2 of them were for this Aeros team, and she has stopped every single puck I watched her face. Very exciting stuff as we will see the Vancouver Aeros play in the championship game. That is at 1:15 on Silent Ice TV. I'd also like to tip my cap and give great thanks and appreciation to the Leafs. They had a fantastic tournament here. Well done. As we'll line up at center ice for the handshakes. Awesome. We'll now take a look at the 3 stars of the game. 3rd star is going to the game-winning goal, Julia Rukavina. And then, of course, Celine Calbalquinto was all over the ice, scored a fantastic one-timer goal for the 2nd goal of the game. And for the 2nd time in a row in the games I've called, 1st star is Lila Halstead. A fantastic performance, very excited, celebrating with the handshakes to the referees. All in all, a fantastic performance from all the players, all the coaches, all the officials. Want to thank everybody who made it possible here today. Like I had mentioned, make sure you keep it here on Silent Ice TV. At 1:15, there will be the championship game in the 14U division. With all that being said, my name is Michaelin Bonnick-Jetteris, did the play-by-play. Thank you to Cohen Nadeau, producer director, and Sarah Elsmore working the camera tonight. This has been an FSL on Silent Ice TV, and it's a For Vengeance media production.